It's time to focus on seniors with Helping Seniors TV. The television show designed to make you aware of senior issues and needs, as well as to acquaint you with the resources available to help you age in place and with dignity. Now, here's your host, Joe Steckler.
I'm Joe Steckler, and welcome to Helping Seniors, the television arm of Helping Seniors of Brevard County. Our show is designed to provide you with information on how to develop your own aging and care plans. Our topic today is Florida Medicaid. And joining me is Joanne Nieves, the office manager for My Access. And that's kind of a catchy name, My Access, Joanne.
Absolutely.
I didn't understand it until I talked to you today. And I think, viewers, as you watch today's show and listen to what Joanne is going to talk about, you're going to see ways that you might be able to help yourself, but more importantly, you might be able to see a way to help somebody else that doesn't know about what Joanne is going to talk about. This is probably, Joanne, I think one of the most misunderstood topics that we have. It's a care program. But I was amazed. I thought My Access was a state program. It's not.
No, it's not.
It's a nonprofit.
Yes, it is. It's a 501c3.
Good. I asked you how things were paid, and you gave a good answer. You said that I do the work in helping people. I'll let the other managers worry about the funding. And I think that's a great answer.
Absolutely.
Too many people don't really help people. So let's just start off. What is My Access?
My Access is a nonprofit, like we already discussed before. It's a 501c3. So that means that we are not state funded. Okay, we work on our own, so we're a private entity. We have nothing to do with the Access Florida program, which is, of course, part of the government, and which basically is food stamps and Medicaid, Medicare, cash assistance, and things like that. So we work privately, and we help seniors, but we help everybody that comes in through our doors. Our main focus are the seniors.
A lot of people don't understand, Joanne, that when we talk about Medicare, that Medicare is more than just a senior program. It's for people that are disabled too.
Absolutely.
And it can be a 10-year-old disabled person that you might be working with. On the other hand, Medicaid is a completely different program.
Yes, it is.
Do you find that many people that come into your office still think that Medicaid is Medicare and Medicare is Medicaid?
Yes. It's confusing, Medicaid and Medicare, because they're so similar, the words, but the programs are completely different.
What are some of your bigger challenges in a nonprofit like My Access? You don't have a lot of resources, but you exist primarily to help people access Medicare and Medicaid. Am I correct?
Yes, that is correct.
How do you, or what do you do to help people with? Let's just start with Medicare first. How do you help Medicare people get Medicare when they could be doing it themselves? What do you do?
Okay, first of all, the clients need to come into my office with their Medicare already, because we cannot provide Medicare for them. Medicare is given to them through their Social Security.
Right.
Okay, and that's their red, white, and blue card.
Right.
Okay, so what we do in our office is when they have Part A and Part B, we take care of their Part B. We help them fill out the application for their Part B, which helps them cover that $104.90 that they have to pay out of their Social Security checks every month. So if they're qualifiable for that program, once we fill out the application, they will receive a letter from the state of Florida, the Department of Children and Families, and it will tell them if they're eligible or ineligible for that program.
So what you're saying is that if a person, a Medicare person, let's say a low-income person, and it's difficult for them to pay anything, then you have a Medicare subsidy that helps pay that cost of Part B?
Yes.
And that's strictly out of Medicare?
Yes, that's called the Medicare Savings Program.
Medicare Savings Program.
Yes, we call it QMB for short.
But is this something that's very widespread? Do people know about this?
A lot of people do know about it. A lot of people don't understand it, and a lot of people don't. So it's it goes both ways.
What other things do you help people with Medicare? Helping them with Part B is one thing. What else do you do in helping people with Medicare through your office?
Well, besides filling out the application for them, because a lot of our seniors that come into the office either don't have a computer, they're computer illiterate, or they just don't want to be bothered with computers because of the technology that it takes. They don't like technology, so they rather someone do it for them, and that's where I step in. So I fill out their applications, and I explain to them what I'm doing, okay? That way they have a conscious knowledge of what they're going to expect. We go by their income, and we know that a lot of our seniors nowadays live on a very fixed income. Some live with $733 a month, and they have to do the whole month with those $733. So if they get $104.90 taken out of their check, that leaves them with nothing to survive on. So that is the reason why we help them do the Medicare Savings Program, which covers their Part B. Okay. And of course, they're eligible for it because of their income. So if they've already had that money taken out of their Social Security check, once they get the Medicare Savings Program approved, that money goes right back into their checks. So monthly, they will get their $733 full instead of getting $6 something, which is what they get, $100 less.
It may not sound like a lot of money to most people when we talk $600 or $700, but we're talking about that's all they have to live on.
Absolutely. Some of them, their kids don't help because they have their own bills. Some of them are here alone.
Can a person have a secondary income and still qualify for some of those programs? Is there what would be the upper limit on what a person could make before they were able to get Medicare assistance?
For a single person, it went up this year, and I believe it's about $1,400 a month. But that just came out, so we're still kind of figuring that part out. For a married couple, it's a little bit more. They can make up to $1,800 a month for two people. But for one person, they have to live on.
That's not a lot of money, Joanne.
No, it's not. Definitely not. And our seniors are getting the short end of the stick because of the money they get.
So you can help people with that part of Medicare. Is there anything else that you can do on the Medicare side to help people besides the Part B? Do you help them with C or D?
Well, we do C, which is the LIS, which is the extra help for the prescriptions. If they're qualifiable for that as well, we fill out their application. That's a separate application that we do in our office. And they get their Part D taken care of. So
this is for the drug program?
Yes.
How does that help?
It helps them cover the cost of their prescriptions. So basically, they'll be paying $1 or $2 on their prescriptions, or depending on the program that they have.
Well,
depending on their income.
Let's say the person makes $1,400 a month, and they qualify for the program, and they get $104 paid back to them for their Part B. How would a Part C work with the prescription drugs? How much would they pay, like co-pays? Do they still pay the co-pays?
Some do, some don't. It just varies per person. It goes per case.
Goes by what?
It goes per person, per individual.
But I'm trying to figure out is how much of a benefit does let's say a person had an $800 a month drug bill, and that's not unusual. So this person that's making $1,400 a month got an $800 a month drug bill, and he qualifies to get his $104 back for Part B. What kind of money would he be expected to pay for the drugs for Part C?
Very minimal.
Minimal? For
the Part D, for the LIS, which is the extra help for prescriptions, they pay very minimal. $1 per prescription, $2 per prescription. Sometimes they're even free.
Oh my goodness. So if a person doesn't know about My Access, how do people know that people with extremely low incomes can have access to programs like it under. Is this very well known?
A lot of people don't know that they have this benefit. Sometimes they talk to other people in their circle of friends, and they're talking about Medicare. And for example, you and I could be talking, and I will tell you, oh, but I don't have to pay for my Part B. And they're like, well, how? Because I pay $104.90, and it makes a hole in my pocket because I can't make it throughout the whole month. So that's when they, word of mouth, I will tell you, well, you know what? It's a state program that you can fill out the application. And if you're eligible, then the state can pick up that tab for you. And then they will give you back your $104.90 monthly. So you don't have to out pocket that money. And Florida takes it.
You had your low-income subsidy. Is that what that is, low-income subsidy?
The LIS is the low-income subsidy.
But is that what we were just talking about?
That's part of it, yes.
That's part. What's the other part of the low-income subsidy?
Well, the extra help for the prescriptions.
The direct prescription and Part B. So that's your low-income subsidy.
Absolutely.
What that does it for Medicare, but how about qualifying for Medicaid and some of the Medicaid benefits? One of the biggest problems I've seen with the Florida Elder Helpline, a senior citizen can sit there for an hour on the phone and have them go away, and they have to sit down and start all over again. So they get very discouraged and they just do nothing. People who have that experience can come into your office.
They can, and I will help them as much as I can.
But you help them fill out the form.
Yes.
My biggest concern is, how do these people know that they've been heard? How do they know that application is even being looked at by anybody? Is there a check on the system? I have a reason for asking.
Well, when I do the application for you, you receive a letter from the Department of Children and Families stating that you are eligible or ineligible for that Medicare savings program. Okay, so if you're eligible for it, that means that it was approved. Okay, and so that way you know that your $104.90 are not going to be taken out of your check the following month. So someone is looking at those applications because they have a full department that specifies on the medical part of these applications that I do.
How about Medicaid?
Medicaid, 65 and older. Okay.
Right.
See, I don't qualify for Medicaid. I don't have an outstanding or a life-threatening disability or a condition. Okay. It doesn't necessarily have to be a disability. It could be an illness. So because I am not at that point, I don't qualify for Medicaid, which is the gold card. The difference between Medicaid and Medicare, if you look at the cards, one is gold and one is red, white, and blue. Medicaid is the gold card. Okay?
Medicaid is the gold card.
Yes, Medicaid is the gold card. And Medicaid is given to people who are 65 or older, they're blind or disabled.
Now, wait a minute. If they get a gold card, they got to be 65.
Yes.
Or if they're blind, they qualify no matter what age. Disabled, they qualify no matter what age. But who determines what benefits they're eligible for? It's through the form that you fill out?
Through the form that I fill out, and then once it's submitted, it goes the same way as the Medicare. They have a department that specializes in qualifying people based on what we put on that application.
Where does the doctor get involved? Let's say if a person needed help with 4 activities of daily living, needed help getting dressed, cooking, toileting, and showering. Does the doctor have to certify that for the form?
Usually what I tell my clients is, if you're not qualifiable for Medicaid, but you have a disability that prohibits you to lead a normal life, whatever evidence you have, whatever the doctors have said that you're impaired for, or have them write you a letter, and we will submit it along with the application so that they have a base to go on once they look at your application.
Right. But they have to go to their doctor to get that.
Yes.
What happens and probably most of these people don't have a doctor.
I know.
How do they go about getting a doctor to certify that they need help with activities of daily living so they can submit and be qualified for Medicaid?
Well, there's other ways. There's always the health department. Okay.
Can they go to the health department?
Yes. They can always go to the health department or to the Brevard Health Alliance. The Brevard Health Alliance helps a lot of our clients as well.
They're another nonprofit, right? Or is Health Alliance not?
The Brevard Health Alliance goes through the counties. They work alongside with the health department.
Okay, all right, okay. So they can go there.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to me like the process. How long does it usually take to get a person qualified for Medicaid? Do you have any idea?
I don't have any idea, but I guesstimate that within a week they should know if they're eligible or not, because they will receive a letter within a week stating if they need any documentation from this client. Okay, so if the client needs to prove something, for example, their income, I need an income verification from you to make sure that you're eligible for this program. So we'll send them all of the information that they require for you. That way it helps you to get qualified.
Okay, so let's say a person could fill the application out, send the application in, and once they see what they've said, they could direct them back in a letter that comes back to say, you need a doctor's verification for this, or you need this, or you need that.
Mm-hmm.
Will they spell out for them then what they need?
No. They will just say that they need proof of income, proof of anybody paying their bills, proof of doctors if they need to, okay, that they've gone to a certain doctor and that doctor has certified that disability. So that's all they would have to send in at that moment. But usually when it's a person that has a disability and they're already on Social Security, they don't need to prove it because Social Security and the Department of Children and Families go hand in hand with that. So they kind of go inside in the back office and they kind of connect to each other. So they know that, for example, if I'm receiving an SSI check or an SSDI check, okay, they know that I have a disability.
Okay. We had written down, we were talking about the Medicare Savings Program and the Medicare Extra Help Program.
Mm-hmm.
The Medicare Savings Program, that was what we talked about?
That's the Part B.
For the Part B.
Mm-hmm.
What is the Medicare Extra Help Program?
Extra Help is the Part D.
Is what?
Part D, prescriptions,
the
LIS.
So that's the LIS.
Mm-hmm.
Another question here. Where can one find additional information on income and asset limits? Through you, or where else do they go?
Depending on what you need that information for, if it's personal, you could always call the Department of Children and Families, and they will tell you what their sliding scales are. Okay, for example, if you wanted to qualify for food stamps, I know for a fact that per person you need to be making $800 a month. If you make $800.01 a month, you went over.
If you make $801, you cannot get food stamps?
You can, but the minimum for any individual to be making a month is $800. Okay, so what you have to do is prove that out of those $800 a month that you make, you pay rent, you pay electricity, your utilities, your phone, and we break everything down so that they can see that this person is indeed in need of that help, because they have to outpocket sometimes more than what they bring in.
How can these women that are getting $800 in Social Security get $25 and $30 a month for food stamps? It seems almost criminal, because it would seem to me that if the $800 doesn't cover their living costs,
No.
So they're shorting themselves someplace else. What is the most you've ever seen a person get on food stamps in your experience?
Do you really want to know?
Yeah. What's the most?
$10.
$10? That's the most?
That's the minimum that I've seen them get.
Minimum is $10. What's the most you've seen them get?
Depending on what their expenses are, they can get up to $56. They can get up to $80. But each case is individual.
Oh, I understand.
So with each case being individual, some of them can get the full amount of $194. Okay? Some can, but it has to be proven to the Department of Children and Families that they outpocket more than what they receive.
Yeah. So $194 is the top amount.
Yes, for any individual.
Now, let's say a person that got $150 a month in food stamps. So I've heard people say they got $250 in food stamps. That's wrong. They can't do that. They
can only have it if they left over from last month.
No. Is there a way to get more than $194? No. Okay, so that's wrong then.
That's what I'm saying. That if they have $250 for food stamps, it's because they probably saved some from last month.
Okay, so you can save them.
Yes, you don't have to use them immediately. You can use them throughout the whole month. And even if next month your benefits come in, that benefit that was left over is still there.
What can they use the food stamps for?
Just food. Nothing that is hot. No hot foods. Okay, they cannot buy detergents. They cannot buy toiletries. So personal items, toothbrushes, toothpaste, deodorants, they can't buy with that.
What would happen if a store took food stamps and gave a person cigarettes? Would the
That's fraud.
It's wrong, but it's done.
It has been done, but they take care of that. They investigate that, and the store is in trouble, and they can get fined. They can even get their services taken away.
But I'm just wondering how the state would check on something like that.
They can only check if somebody lets them know.
Wow.
And believe me, they're on it all the time. They're on it, but it's very difficult. There's too many stores out there. Small stores, corner stores that accept the benefits. So they go on.
Do
about
stores like Publix and do they accept the food stamps?
Yes, all of the major brand stores, even Costco and Sam's and BJ's, they accept food stamps.
But I always thought, like probably a lot of our viewers would think that the people that have nothing would get more than $50 or $60 a month in food stamps. $50 or $60 doesn't go anywhere in a food store anymore.
I had to fight with my father's food stamps because at one point he was only getting $14 a month. And my father is one of these seniors that live on a fixed income. And I've fought so much that I've got him to $56.
My goodness. We wrote down here a qualified income trust fact sheet. Do you have something? Is that something you're familiar with?
No.
The person that gave me this information. What about a mobile unit availability?
We have a mobile unit. Okay.
That's something I want to know. What is a mobile unit?
My Access Centers has a mobile unit. It's a van that we can take it to an event, like a private event. Let's say that Helping Seniors of Brevard has an event outside, outdoors, and you have many vendors and all these other people, health insurances and stuff like that for the community. We come in also with our mobile unit, and we will be there the whole day, and we can help people right there and then fill out the applications. And it doesn't matter if it's a Saturday or a Sunday. We do it on weekends too. So we have personnel who run that mobile unit. We can go to a church event. We can go to Calle Orange, for crying out loud.
But let's say a church that had a lot of the Catholic churches have the St. Vincent de Paul Society. Would if a church had an event on a Sunday, would you be able to send them my access
Absolutely.
van? That's interesting. So then I'm going to tell a couple of people I know in the Knights of Columbus and the St. Vincent de Paul Society, they maybe need to contact you to see how people can start working better together.
Absolutely.
That's what it really amounts to. If a person wants to contact My Access, how do you contact your office, Joanne?
They can contact me at 321-301-1012.
Say it again.
321-301-1012.
1012?
Yes, sir.
301-1012.
Yes, sir.
301-1012. 301 is a Maryland, no, it's either Maryland or Colorado zip phone number. 301.
No, it's 321. Yeah, but ours is 321. So our area code is 321 in the Brevard County area.
Right.
Yeah.
What else could you tell me about My Access that I didn't ask? What else? Anything else that you do, Joanne, that you would like for our viewers to know?
Yes, besides helping our clients with their food stamps and filling out their applications, I have other resources that I can give them. If they're homeless, I have a list of places where they can go. So I always try to have available options for my clients. And a lot of them come to me and say, hey, I'm going through this. I need a food pantry or I need a food bank. And I'm like, sure, no problem. I give them a copy of all of the local area food banks and I give it to them. So I facilitate my clients with additional instruments so they can survive when they're in such fixed incomes, because I have a lot of homeless. Wow. I have a lot of people who just came out of jail. Okay, they have nowhere to go, nowhere to sleep, no food to eat because
that's a whole new show.
Mm-hmm.
We're out of time, but I thank you, Joanne. I think there's more that I need to get to talk to our viewers.
Absolutely.
But I want to thank you for watching today's episode of Helping Seniors. I think it's been very informative. Give Joanne a call at her My Access office. I'm Joe Steckler. Thank you for joining our program today. I'd like to remind you that our senior information line is available to you at 321-473-7770. There you can get help and direction that could be helpful for your specific situation or circumstances. The work of helping seniors is very important, but we can't do it alone. That is why our sponsors here in Brevard County are so important. I'd like to thank our many area sponsors, businesses, and medical providers who support the mission of helping seniors that help us carry the cost of our media efforts. If you'd like to join us either as a business partner or simply donate as an individual, we would welcome your call at 321-473-7770. You are always welcome to visit our website at www.helpingseniorsofbrevard.org. Thanks so much for your help. It does make a difference.